But what triggered you in what I said? What specifically?
Let him finish.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I want to hear that. Pen, that's nonsense. A lot of it is self-seeking, soul-searching, and I get it.
You also casted me one time for saying you took money from Rob. You casted me, bro. But right now you're trying to be sweet and nice. Ooh, unity, we must be together. But to me, you're taking all the smoke. You're coming with all the smoke, bro. Muhammad Ali on a nigga. Bro, I swear to God, I'm going to try to do as little talking as possible. Because somebody is getting spanked here, man. God damn. You'll see in this video, Rob is going to ask Penuel, tell me exactly what I said to upset you in a 10-minute interview I did with Ruben. This guy is struggling to find just one thing. Despite Rob having helped him financially with donations to start his own podcast, connecting him to very influential people, and also just plugging him, with opportunities and books to read. He's angry at Rob because Rob dared to disagree with him. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try to keep quiet as much as possible and just enjoy the spanking as it happens. So let's go.
I've known Rob for a short while now, but I've tried my best to offer the courtesy of listening and understanding. And I've been trying to be understanding more than the average black child. So when you say Michael House and, the boys and the rugby and what, I'm like, trust, I understand. We grew up Nabongamla. That's why our parents sent us there to understand. So
that's the thing I don't understand. You grew up amongst the whites, you went to private schools. How are you a victim of apartheid and racism and all of these things you're talking about, bro? Please, man. You grew up living sweet. That is the bottom line. You were living sweet from a young age. Yes, because life is messy, life is not always perfect. You'll have your pitfalls there and there. But now you are relatively doing much better than an average South African. I don't understand the racism rants you always go on about white people and apartheid, the land. You used to have millions by your own admission and you blew them away. And you still want to blame white people when things go left. Please, brother. It is the hypocrisy for me, bro.
When a white guy is losing his job because they're bringing a black girl in to tick a box, I'm like, bro, I'm so sorry, I understand. And I try in that conversation to explain where we come from and why that black girl was brought in. I don't need him to agree with me, but I'm hoping that he'll listen to understand and be like, but that's rubbish. So I can't hate the black girl. She did nothing wrong.
Correct.
But I have to look at where we come from and why now this thing is here. And is it what's best? Is it sustainable? And
is it right for South Africa?
And is it right for South Africa? And in all the things that they've said, I realized that they haven't been listening.
But what triggered you in what I said? What specifically?
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Yeah. I want to hear that.
Uropi time. We're raised as African children to respect our...
So he goes to that. Rob is an old man. Like, what does that have to do with... What did he say to offend you? There's a video you made, bro, where you had the cojones to explain. Now that he's sitting in front of you, you cannot even say. You can't even look him in the eye when you talk. You're looking at his boo the whole time. Bro, just say you apologize and you don't know what you're talking about. And that's it. That's it. Rob looks very much like he's in the mood to build a relationship with you, even though it is teka-teki. I mean, he's always extending his hand to you, bro. Rob actually likes you. So just apologize, bro, and keep it moving. People make mistakes. We say things we don't mean sometimes. Just stop this, bro.
Elders, whatever that may be. Julius Malema was accused of being disrespectful to elders in the ANC at a time. So outside of black, white,
You're going to talk about Juju now.
whatever privilege, whatever the case may be, Rob is like my father. And we have that. It falls under Ubuntu inhlonipho. So I always need to have a line where Rob could be a black timer telling me why the EFF is the way, why socialism. Pen, why didn't you read that book? You'd know if you read Karl Marx and Lenin.
That's another Rob.
And I'm like, but I'm trying to explain why socialism is not like the only thing and why you guys spend too much time with white kids and I'm like, so then you keep quiet at some point because like at the end of the day I'm a lighty as well. And then later on, that same time I was on a go out.
My problem is you keep quiet when he's in front of you. When he's not in front of you, you have so much to say. Come on, Pen, man.
And say white people are destroying and what. I'm like, but you work for a white company and we do this. And I'm like, why would you say that? What are we trying to achieve here? Are we actually trying to do unity or are we all just lying to each other? And we're pretending like, let's have a laugh and speak about the classes and Zake's kitchen. But to be honest, it's like, no, I actually came here to push a black agenda, or I'm here to push a white agenda, or a social.
You are there to push a white agenda. You and Sboo, you guys push black agenda. Nobody disagrees. I mean, it's good if you want to do it, freedom of speech. But why is it a problem when other people in a country also want to do it? I don't want to live in a country where people are hypocrites, man. If Indians started saying Indian power and they want to push Indian power, let them, because black people are always pushing black power. That's all I'm saying. If the Chinese talk about Chinese power, if white people talk about white power, if black people are talking about black power, freedom of speech, guys. Isn't a freedom of speech out here?
Socialist, whatever name you want to call it. And we're actually not serious about unity and getting this country to move forward. So I was hurt. Because I'm one of the few, I'll include maybe a Musi Maimani, a Herman Mashab, and all these guys. These clever black coconut guys who are understanding of the struggles that Ongamla go through. You're on a big farm by yourself with your family. You're scared. That's why you have guns. You're scared. It's a scary place to be.
No, you must protect yourself. In fact, in South Africa, we need to start having a conversation about owning a gun. It is very complicated to own a gun in South Africa as we speak. People must protect themselves. SAPS can't be trusted as well, because I just recently also saw a video that was also played by McG in his podcast that dropped, I think it was yesterday, where the police were working with hijackers and robbers on the road to rob people. So you must actually want to protect yourself, as a matter of fact. It's not about being scared. It's about protecting yourself. And if people are scared, right, they are within their right to be scared, because we live in a country where there's about 86 murders a day. Just last year, we had over 26,000 murders in 1 year. So sometimes let us try to be realistic, man. Let us not be too detached from reality. Let us ask ourselves, what are South Africans feeling on the ground? Pen, in this, bro, he has no idea what he's talking about. And I feel like Rob is too patient with him. Because, what the hell?
Get attacked, or you hear someone got attacked, so something has to trigger you. It's like when you hear Jocelyn Smith was kidnapped or sold, that thing touches you. When you hear Ukok or somewhere was molested and killed, that has to hit you. So I'm like, bro, I understand. When you try and raise the issues of the Cape Flats or the what, you're met with condescension and being patronizing. Yeah, but it's black people and it's what. I'm like, these guys are not listening. And then they go and they peddle Elon Musk even recently is peddling the white genocide, false propaganda still. Tucker Carlson sits with Aaron's roots.
What propaganda it is that they are peddling?
Shame. I have huge respect for Aaron's roots. And I listened to all the things he said because he's hyper intelligent, very well read. And he measured all the words he said. And outside of maybe the Pretoria reference, which was wrong of him to reference, all the other things he said, he never mentioned things like white genocide and Tucker Carlson was trying to shove that down his throat. And it's like, that's not really what I'm saying. So it's hurt me and it's made me think that maybe some of us are just delusional. And I don't know where my thoughts are going to lead to. Because I was Christian and I became atheist, and today I'm sympathetic to religious people. So maybe at some point I'll go back to Springboks and Unity,
He's an all black fan.
Rainbow Nation.
What I'm hearing is identity crisis. Identity crisis. That's what's happening. Just find yourself, man. You know, take a break from the internet. You also casted me one time for saying you took money from Rob. You casted me, bro. But right now you're trying to be sweet and nice. Ooh, unity, we must be together. But to me, you're taking all the smoke. You're coming with all the smoke, bro. Muhammad Ali on a nigga. Oh, man.
Sandy, why would you think I haven't read the book? Because I don't agree. Why would you think I'm lost? Because you're an elder to me, and I respect you, and I respect all the value you've added in my life. I listen, but when you allow me to engage and to debate, and I say things and you get upset, you're telling me to keep quiet.
Sure. That was the convo show for the last 20 minutes. I didn't interrupt. Pen, that's nonsense. A lot of it is self-seeking, soul-searching, and I get it, okay? But think about it for a second being a white guy. For a second. I know you've tried. For 30 years, because of apartheid, because of the history.
Bro, can't even look him in the eye. Cannot even look Rob in the eye, bro.
Black commentators have had a moral superiority and ability to say what they like, to bash white people around, to treat us in the way they wanted to treat us. And 3.5 years ago, I stood up and said something no one had ever said before, and it broke the dam. And people are now saying and speaking and wanting a proper dialogue. And for the first time, when whomever triggers you, you flip out. Isn't it time you also heard what they said? You've had a monopoly on saying things. And I follow your show. I love it. I love you. And I listen to everything you say. But one day to the next, you can say different things. And you spray it out there because you can. You're allowed to. But we're not allowed to. We're not allowed to. The minute we start saying things, it's the enemy, it's evil, we're not listening to you. I think the reality is you're not listening to us. You haven't given us a chance to say what we want to say because you've had the stage for so long. You're used to monologuing for so long. And I want us to have a debate. I want us to throw things out on the table. Things that aren't said, ought to be said, ought to be discussed. I'm up for that. And I really would love to do that with you, with Sbu, with others.
Bro, you can see Rob is so genuine. Rob actually likes Penuel, bro. He actually likes Penuel, and he's going to give him so many chances. And that's good. I hope Penuel actually comes back to his senses and he apologizes. He's like, my bad. We good. Sorry, Rob. Let's push. Rob actually likes this guy, bro.
Have that conversation. But let me ask you a specific question. I did 10 minutes with Dave Rubin. What triggered you? What did I didn't mention genocide. There is no genocide. There is no genocide. I agree. On land expropriation, the bill is the horrific thing, keeps away foreign direct investment. But are land being invaded? Maybe a tiny here and there, but it's not really happening. I agree with you. And Ernst didn't say that, and I didn't say it. So what triggered you on my Dave Rubin? It was 10 minutes only. What specifically triggered?
Look, bro, he's not dark. He pretends as if he's not listening. This is the only time he's only lifting his eyes. Will he answer the question? Let's hear.
What did I say in those 10 minutes that triggered you? We can leave it like that and not answer it. I mean, I don't think I did. I think you're lumping me in with everyone else just because I had the audacity to be on an American podcast, and I'm going to do more. But I agree, there is no genocide. There really isn't. And land invasions haven't happened yet. and expropriation without compensation hasn't really happened yet. But it's like having a loaded gun in the bedroom with children running around. At some point, some kid's going to pick up the gun and pull the trigger. So don't walk away from unity. Walk towards unity. Let's get together, have the difficult conversations, argue, fight, make up, and let's make this country happen. I'm as frustrated as you are for different reasons, because I see a government that is completely incompetent and incapable and holding the country back. And you talk about capitalists and central government oppressing. This ANC government has 28 million people on social grants, undereducated, with no health, unemployed, and with no future whatsoever. That's oppression. So let's work together. Let's have those conversations. Please, don't give up. Spoo, what about your comment?
I'd like to hear your thoughts, but before you do, I want to say this very briefly. Unfortunately, Twitter is a very dangerous space. It's a sewage pit, and it's
Twitter ingena people.
seems the algorithms are getting worse, and it seems there's more bots.
I guess I'm a bot. I'm also a bot, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a bot. Don't worry
I still
about
believe
it.
in a lot of the good work that AfriForum does. I get criticized a lot
Respect for saying
for anything I say about AfriForum, and it's okay, I understand. I'm hoping that specifically Black communities can learn from the idea of setting up a non-profit organization, collecting money, solving your own problems, especially things like closing potholes.
Bro, you just got destroyed right now. You just got told to your face that what you were saying was nonsense. There's no such a thing. Instead of showing us that there is such a thing, you're going to tell us about Twitter and bots.
Building your own schools and the like,
Man.
which are the things that I admired about them.
See your favorites, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to stop it right here, man. He's not going to answer it. This video is already way too long. I'm going to cut it right here. But you see your favorites. These are your favorites right here. They say things they can't back up when confronted to their face. And what a shame, bro. Pan, please, man. Come back to your ways. Start talking about building South Africa again. In fact, the reason I started following you really was because you were one of the most reasonable guys when you first broke out on the internet. You know, you were talking about the corruption that's holding us back and how we can fight the corruption. You know, how we should work together, how we should, within your own right, imitate movements like AfriForum. We should emulate what is happening in Orania, work together and build. And then now everybody that's white that disagrees with you is a racist. They want to keep you oppressed because shame poor you, even though you own one of the biggest influential political shows in the country. Come on, brother. Come on. Rob actually loves you, so please just say sorry and wrap it up. Ladies and gentlemen, this video has been very long. I'm gonna cut it right here. If you liked this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. And if you are following me from X, please share this video, and if you are not following, please follow, like, and repost. You know what I'm saying? We out of here.